What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Arc Sports Cards channel. Very exciting video today. Today, we got the top 5 trending Young Guns for the month of January. You guys have been absolutely killing it on these videos. And if you guys haven't done so already, please consider subscribing. Really means a lot to me. Would really appreciate if you guys just hit that subscribe button. Completely free, change your mind at any time. Just like usual, this is not financial advice. Please invest in sport cards at your own risk. This list is not in any particular order. And all of the charts and stuff I show is courtesy of Sport Card Investor, not a sponsor or anything. And all the prices will be in US for PSA 10 Young Gun. Make sure you guys drop a like on this video and let me know down in the comments below if I miss anybody on this month's list. Kicking off our list at number 5 is someone I'm very glad to see trending upwards. It's Marco Rossi of the Minnesota Wild, and after everything Rossi went through with his COVID complications and the after effects of that, I'm very happy to see him performing well in the NHL. For those of you that didn't know, Marco Rossi got COVID very early on when it was a very new thing, and he has some long-lasting effects that he had to battle through. I think he was having trouble like with his breath, and he was getting tired very easily even after the COVID was negative. He had a lot of trouble getting back, so I'm very glad to see he's performing like he should be now. He is a high prospect, top 10 pick in the NHL, and now he's producing as so. Minnesota hasn't had a great season, but Rossi's production has definitely been solid. 24 points in 40 games is a lot better than his previous year when he spent time between the NHL and the AHL. AHL, he lit it up last year, and he's been doing very well in his first full NHL season. Taking a look at Marco Rossi's price graph once again, PSA 10 Young Guns in US dollars. We can see earlier last month, one sold for 88 USD, and the graph has basically gone straight up. One recently sold for 141 USD. Now, what do we do with Marco Rossi? Do we buy, sell, or hold? That depends for me. If you don't want the card for the future, if you're not holding Rossi, I think you should probably be selling this year. I don't know if Minnesota's going to make the playoffs. I really don't. I had them as a playoff team going in this season, but they just have been struggling. So in that case, I would be more lenient to sell this year, but I would definitely lean towards holding it for the future because Marco Rossi, I think he's a pretty good player. All right, our next guy, number 4, is going to need a little bit of a disclaimer because it is a very new card, but it is trending upwards. Currently, Luke Hughes' Young Guns is trending upwards, and he's been playing really well ever since taking over that power play. And, of course, Dougie Hamilton on the IR right now. That probably helps his point totals. But, yeah, Luke Hughes looks like he's the real deal, and this Hughes family is insane. This is crazy stuff. This season, as a defenseman, Luke Hughes currently has 23 points in 39 games. Very impressive stuff. And considering he has 2 superstar brothers already playing in the NHL, it's kind of hard not to believe he's also going to be a superstar in this league. We saw with the Stahl brothers, what was that, like 10, 15 years ago? I was too young to remember that time. I don't remember how dominant they were, but this might be the most dominant hockey family we've ever had in the NHL, these 3 siblings. We'll have to wait and see, though. That is obviously up for debate. There's lots of hockey siblings that have come and gone throughout the years, but looking at his prices, we can see the hype is definitely real. About a month ago, Luke Hughes sold for around 187 USD for a PSA 10, and recently one looks like it sold for around 250 USD, so he is up a pretty decent amount. Just keep in mind, if you are going to buy Luke Hughes this season, typically with these Series 1, Series 2 cards of the current season, they drop off in the next year. We saw it last year with guys like Matty Beniers, Shane Wright, Kent Johnson. Guys that have a lot of value on release typically drop, but Luke Hughes to me seems like he might be an exception because it seems like he's going to be a superstar defenseman in this league. But I'm not convinced because defensemen typically don't hold value unless you're Cale Makar in this league. I don't know what to do with Luke Hughes. What do you guys think? Do you think Luke Hughes' cards gain value over the next year or so, or do you think they decrease in value? I think I'm just going to stay away, but it's hard not to buy into the hype. Coming at number 3, I feel like a lot of people don't understand how good a season that Sam Reinhardt is currently having, but his Young Guns are finally starting to trend upwards, and they should be because he's been scoring goals like crazy this season. I feel like for how good Sam Reinhardt is playing, he is not getting talked about enough. This guy's got 30 goals in 41 games, currently second in the league in scoring, and he's got 53 points. He's on an insane pace, and his Young Guns are finally starting to show his improvement, his scoring. They are trending upwards, and yeah, I'm curious to see where his Young Guns finishes at the end of the season. As you can see, about a month ago, Reinhardt's Young Guns sold for around 55 US, and it's almost doubled in price, selling around now for 95 US. I think this will continue to go up as long as Reinhardt keeps up this pace. Now, do we buy, sell, or hold with Sam Reinhardt? I'm on the sell category. I think maybe you hold it for a little bit longer this season, but if you have Sam Reinhardt's cards at the end of the playoffs, I think that's probably a bad move, because to me this seems like a career season. I don't think he's on pace for over 100 points, and I don't think Sam Reinhardt is going to continue to be a 100-point player. To me, this smells like a career season. But let me know what you guys think of Reinhardt down in the comments. I don't think he'll be a 100-point player going forward, or he might not even get there this season. We'll have to wait and see. But this smells like a selling opportunity to me. Coming up at number 2 is actually somebody I'm not very surprised. I'm surprised I was on this list. I did not realize Jack Eichel is having as good of a season as he was, and his Young Guns are trending upwards, and the more I looked into it, the more it kind of made sense to me. Now, Eichel isn't exactly lighting the world on fire by his standards. He's kind of around a point per game like he usually is. He's 44 points in 42 games. That's kind of usual for Eichel, so I was like, why is Eichel's Young Guns going up? I was thinking, if the Vegas Golden Knights go on another cup run and they win back-to-back Stanley Cups and Jack Eichel is the star of it, like he's at the front of it again, his cards are going to go up. And I think people are realizing that. So I think people are buying up Jack Eichel, and I think they're being smart about it. Now, I'd like to take this time to apologize to Buffalo Sabres fans for having 2 former Buffalo Sabres on this list. What's going on in Buffalo right now? It sucks. Hopefully one day they will finally make the playoffs. Anyways, with Eichel, 104 USD around a month ago it sold for, and one recently sold for 148 USD. So it is up a bit. And like I said, I think this is people buying early. Vegas, there's no denying they're one of the best teams in the NHL. They're definitely a favorite to win the Stanley Cup this year, and if they were to win back-to-back Stanley Cups, I think Jack Eichel would get a lot of credit. Definitely think now is a good buying opportunity if you think Vegas is going to go on another cup run. And coming in at number 1 spot, it really should be no surprise to anyone. He's been absolutely on fire over this past month. Pains me to say, but Austin Matthews, Young Gun, is one of the most hot cards in hockey right now, and he might be the best. He has a potential to be the best scorer of all time, and that hurts me to say, but he's scoring at like a stupid pace. He's already got 33 goals so far this season, and yeah, we'll see how many he ends up scoring. Now, like I said, Matthews is currently leading the league with 33 goals in 38 games, and that is absolutely insane. If he played a full 82-game season, he is on pace to score 71 goals. The fact that 70 goals might be possible in today's NHL is crazy to me, absolutely crazy. As you see, Matthews' Young Guns is definitely trending up. About a month ago, a PSA 10 sold for around 795 USD. Recently, one sold for as high as 978 USD, and one even sold higher for 1,069 USD. So really depends with Matthews. I think you're better off holding Matthews, because if the Leafs were to go on a little bit of a playoff run, say they get to the conference finals, maybe in the cup final, I think his cards would just skyrocket. They would go I think they'd go through the roof. Absolutely insane if the Leafs were to go on a playoff run. What would happen to Matthews' cards? As long as he was scoring, like unless it was a Jason Robertson situation type of thing. Yeah, I think it's good to hold Matthews, because even a couple years down the road, I think Matthews is one of those guys that will always have value. All right, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Once again, this is my list. It's not the right list. Let me know if I missed anyone down in the comments below. As always, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, completely free, change your mind anytime. Drop a like on this video. It really helps me make more videos like this for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Take care, everybody. Have a good one.